For Vince Russo, when he was in, did you have to deal with him at all?
Yes. And Vince one day came to my office door and cut a promo on me. And what was objectionable about it was my secretary was sitting out there and another staff was sitting a few feet away. And if he had closed the door and vented, would have been one thing, but he stood in the doorway leaning on the door and cut a promo on me. And used crass language and then turned and stormed away. That's what I took exception with. That's what was totally unprofessional, especially the where and when he did it. And I didn't have any use for him.